Even if you've only ever seen car stunts in movies and video games, you probably still have a good idea of just how difficult they are. Stunt drivers spend years mastering their craft. That being said, the drivers risk their lives and reputations every single time. There are merely a handful of people who actually have the ability to pull off these crazy skills, and today we've compiled a list of only the greatest. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's get started. I think everyone agrees that parallel parking is a hard skill to master, even for the most experienced drivers. But like most things, parallel parking has several world record holders. Take for example the Guinness World Record of the tightest parallel park. It was achieved by Chinese stunt driver Han Yu. He parallel parked his Mini Cooper in a parking spot that was only 15 centimeters longer than his car. A couple of years later, he broke the record again, but this time with a parking space that was only 8 centimeters longer than the car. For reference, that's half the length of an iPhone. It's said that the struggles you face in your life shape you into the person you are today, and Bartosz Ostalowski is a prime example of that. At the age of 20, he was involved in a serious car accident that almost killed him. If it wasn't for the quick arrival of the ambulance, he wouldn't be here with us today. The doctors were able to save his life, but had to amputate both of his arms. Anyone in this situation would have probably given up, but for Ostalowski, it was quite the opposite. He learned how to live again with the use of his feet instead of his hands. The accident might have taken his arms, but it didn't take his dream of becoming a professional driver. Today, Ostalowski is considered to be one of the greatest drifters in the world. He had his Nissan Skyline GTR 34 customized to accommodate his lack of arms. He instead uses his left foot to spin the steering wheel and his right one to push the pedals. He also has a custom-made prosthesis attached to his shoulders to shift the gears. This is probably one of the most inspiring stories around. The previous winner of the world's oldest active sports car race, 24 Hours of Le Mans, was Chinese driver Ho Pin Tung. He managed to wow everyone with his gravity-defying driving. But winning the competition didn't stop him from taking part in an even crazier challenge that had never been done before. The challenge consisted of driving on a road with 99 hairpin twists and turns, before climbing 999 stairs to reach the legendary Heaven's Gate Arch located on the Tianmen Mountain in China. With a 45-degree slope, a lot of people, including the creators of the challenge, doubted his ability to successfully complete it. But he did not disappoint, and he actually crushed it. Not only that, but it took him just 22 minutes and 41 seconds to complete the challenge from start to finish. Damn! We've talked about how parallel parking can be challenging for a lot of people. Well, driving in reverse is probably next in line for unenjoyable things to do in a car. And like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. While some people find driving in reverse a nightmare, others find real pleasure in doing so. For example, we have an Indian man who's been driving in reverse for 12 years in a row. He has traveled as much as 65,000 kilometers in reverse, and he doesn't have any intention of stopping. The journey of discovering his pleasure for driving in reverse started when his car's windshield smashed one day in the middle of the road. To go home, he had to drive in reverse, looking through the rear window. He realized that he loved doing this so much that he customized his car for this type of driving and even started his own driving school to teach others this skill. To pick up the pace a little bit, we have the Guinness World Record holder for the fastest side wheelie ever, Vesa Kivimaki. He beat the previous world record holder by 5 kilometers per hour at 186 kilometers per hour. In a race sponsored by the Nokian Tire Company held at Seinäjoki Airport, the 41-year-old stunt driver was able to achieve the world record that still remains unbeaten to this day. By the way, there's also a record for the longest distance covered by a car on two wheels, and it's an unbelievable 370 kilometers. That's 230 miles. If you didn't know, a barrel roll is a maneuver in which a vehicle makes a complete 360-degree rotation on its longitudinal and lateral axes while maintaining its original position. I'm not sure you've caught on to that, but a barrel roll is usually performed by airplanes, not cars. But can you imagine doing it with a car? Well, there's no need to imagine, because in 2017, multiple Guinness record holder Terry Grant did the same maneuver using a car. His car of choice was the Jaguar E-Pace crossover. To break the Guinness World Record for the furthest barrel roll on a vehicle, he flew 15 meters in the air in a 270-degree maneuver and landed successfully on the ground. This isn't the only insane trick that Grant has pulled off in his lifetime. 2 years prior to the barrel roll, he defied gravity again when he drove in a 360-degree loop that was a staggering 20 meters high, making it the largest dead loop in the world. There are many reasons why several taxi drivers choose to not work for more than 8 consecutive hours. Driving on the road for so many hours can result in a lack of concentration and car accidents. When you take those 8 hours and combine them with unusual driving, a new world record is set. And that's exactly what Danish driving instructor Johan Schwartz did. He drifted his BMW M5 in circles for 8 consecutive hours without even stopping once. The driver drove a total of 374 kilometers, and prior to him breaking the world record, no one was able to complete it because they always faced the same problem: not knowing how to refuel the car during the drift. Schwartz used a smart yet innovative idea to solve that problem. He refueled the car with another drifting car that had an extra gas tank in the trunk. With the help of a stuntman, a hose was connected to his car to pump the fuel. Now that's clever.
That's right, it's getting hot there, I think. Pump up around, go baby, go.
Whoever said that drifts can only be done by cars and motorcycles has lied to you. I'm sure you'll be surprised to find out that tractors can do it too.
What?
Just to prove everyone wrong, Swedish tire company Vinyl took it upon themselves to upgrade a 1956 Volvo BM Terrier to 225 horsepower and took to the field. And shockingly, it worked. The tractor made such steep turns that it would even make some racers jealous. In some situations, parking a normal-sized vehicle can be quite tricky. It's a known fact that the bigger the car gets, the more challenging it is to park. Luckily, thanks to advancements in technology, some cars come with rear-view cameras to make your life a little easier. But when you're a stunt driver, there's absolutely no need for such devices. Take this Iveco truck driver as an example. In an intense competition to win the title of the best driver, he manages to avoid the obstacles and park the truck with ease. Competitions like the one we previously mentioned are fairly common around the world. Dakar Rally, an annual rally raid organized by the Amare Sport Organization, is a famous event in which stunt drivers from around the world flock to show off their skills. It's held in a different country every year, and drivers of various skill levels join the competition in hopes of taking home the trophy. This next video takes the meaning of a tight squeeze to the extreme. It's like trying to thread a needle. It shows a tour bus just barely squeezing through a tunnel on a highway in South Dakota. The width of the bus is only a few inches less than the tunnel, which is about 8 feet. Fortunately, the driver's skill helped him get out of there in one piece. Which of these do you think was the most impressive? Let us know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to make sure you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.